You know what really burns my spuds? Is that Mojang interpreted the baby cow as this. That right there. And in reality, that is what a baby cow looks like in real life. I mean, like, come on, Mojang. You guys need to do better. Like, seriously. Do better. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Craftiverse Season 2, Episode 4. And today we're over here on the Shopping District Island. Some things have been popping up, and I am due to actually get my terraforming shop up and going. So without further ado, let's actually get the groundation laid out for this area, because it's going to take some time. Well, now that I actually have the groundation laid out, it's looking very nice. I love the color of the grass over here on the Mushroom Island. Now, the plan being for this whole entire thing is to showcase, which I teased in the last episode, basically explaining that here's your building skill level and then here's my building scale level to kind of like show it in comparison of, well, basically the selling point in the sense of, you can't really do terraforming, but I can do terraforming. So you need to hire me for your services. And yeah, I have an idea in mind, but I am not entirely sure how I'm going to really lay this all out. It's a process. We're going to get it figured out. We're going to wing it. We're going to be doing it like together and hopes that things kind of make sense in the long run. So I'm trying to think in the mindset of basic terraforming skills. And I think something along the lines of something simple to where it's just like a little crop field, nothing too exciting, nothing too extravagant. And then actually probably, a couple bits of sugarcane just because that's typically what kind of happens. And then probably something along the lines of like just a simple little pathway coming out. And then maybe some basic like fencing kind of a thing. Then probably just to kind of finish it up is just throw in some tall grass. Because usually that's what most people do anyway, is just, and then usually they kind of just call this good for your basic terraforming. And probably since that we're on the Mushroom Island, like flowers aren't kind of spawning in, so we can just take a couple of the basic flowers here and then just kind of sprinkle them in a bit randomly. So I would say this is like your basic kind of thing for terraforming. You got a little bit of a field. You have some sugarcane, some flowers, some fences to kind of mark it up. And then like here's your house, basic little dirt hut. So now I'm going to spend the time and actually like transform this entire area. Or we're going to carry the same house design just to show the same thing, that no matter what, you could have an ugly house, but as long as the land around it looks good, that's all that really matters. So I'm thinking this is really coming together. The house is up on a little knoll. The pathway has a little bit more of decoration to it. We got this little like waterfall thing coming out of like a rock mountain kind of a thing going down into this like little stream pond. We got a little bit of a bridge kind of going over here into this little garden area with some bushes and a custom tree with just some lanterns kind of like splattered around. And I'm kind of waiting for the sugarcane to grow up so I can kind of plant some more of it around here. Then I was thinking like one of my typical little azalea custom trees right here would look really, really, really cool. It's a very simple design, but it really does make it pop. So essentially we just kind of like wrap it around and then slowly bring it down. And at the very tail end of it is where you would like kind of put some bushes. So it's like little trees, but I think it really does help with the area and to make it pop a bit more is that if you wanted to, you could actually put in like some like frog lamps or something in the center point right there, because it is pretty much hidden all the way around. And then like some lights can like illuminate from the little tree itself. So I'm thinking like one right there, and then like maybe just like a little beaten path of maybe like some cobblestone to go from this main path over here to this little bridge. That way it kind of makes sense. One tip that I will say for you is that when you do path blocks, make sure to go down on the block behind it with the same thing, or like I did like a spruce trapdoor with a spruce slab right here, just so that way you don't get like that weird, like that right there. Like that doesn't look good. But again, this is just a mock-up of like, hey, you have two ugly houses, yet you can make the area look so much nicer with just some simple tweaks in here and there. And of course, this is a very flat plateau, but that's to really instill and show off my building skills. And we got ourselves a little fallen tree right here as well. So I think the next step, honestly, is just to kind of sprinkle in some bone meal, just kind of randomly a bit. Take out some of this tall grass and probably do the same thing over here, which I need some more of that bone meal. Now, another thing that's going to really help with this area is just throwing in some random bushes. And I really love the azalea leaves for bushes. I don't know why, but it's just one of those things that it helps all the way around. And you also don't have to worry about the biome that these leaves are in because they're always going to be the same texture no matter what. And now if we just kind of come in here and just sprinkle a couple of these fence posts, so that way we can throw some lanterns on them. I will say in comparison to like your basic setup to the services that I can offer, and this is just part of like the tip of the iceberg. Of course, depending on the terrain itself and everything, and also if the customer supplies materials, the pricing is going to be a bit cheaper. But if I have to supply my own materials, the price is going to go up just a bit more. So now I need to figure out a little like kiosk area, which I might build like a little tiny gazebo thing right here. Or actually, you know what would be even better? Could incorporate actually a gazebo somewhere, which actually this area right here might be perfect for a little gazebo. And then that's where I'm going to have like the book and the lantern for money orders and everything for well, not the money orders itself, but for actually custom orders for your terrain needs and wants. Because of course, with the babies and the blasting services, you're going to need somebody to come in and clean up the area once we get done blowing it up and making the area look pretty. So I am your guy. Babs and I will come and blow it up, but I will be the guy that come in and clean it up. Also, Babs will probably help me in the near future with these kind of projects and everything, because it is going to require more than just 2 sets of hands and one guy missing a tooth. Now that I got the bungalow all built up and nice and beautiful, I now got the lectern and I did fill out the book. So the shop is about to be open, and in the book, yeah, there's 4 pages long, but of course the 4th page starts the request of the service. So to be starting off with, hello fellow crafter. On the left is what you would consider to be good terraforming, which is probably what your base looks like. On the right is just the tip of the iceberg of my skill set in terraforming, which in my opinion is the better option. Your build can always look better with the services from Q. So what are you waiting for? Request my services on page 4. There is a 5 diamond quote fee in order for me to get out of my comfy office chair to come quote the job on your land. And then this breaks down all the payments. $5 diamond quote fee. So just basically 5 diamonds for me to show up and be like, all right, what are we going to do for a job? Because it's going to take a lot of time on my day to figure out what you want. 30% off if you supply the materials. So if the crafter supplies all the materials needed for the job, then I'm going to take 30% off the job. Full price if I have to supply the materials, because more than likely I'll probably have to go to the shopping district and buy materials and everything to do what they want to do for services. And then down here in bold, all jobs are subject to quoting first and price depends on job. So essentially there's no fixed price because it could always change for whatever somebody wants to do. And then in here is where the crafters will just come into here. They would take the book and then they would go over here to page 4 of servers requests. And then they would just simply Death Basher needs service. If I can type. And it's just as simple as that. That's all they got to do. And then I'm going to come and I'm going to check on this daily. And I do need to set up an ender chest here, which I only have the one. So I need to get another ender chest made so I can put it over here. And I'm also going to need to put in a drop box of some kind for the quote fee. Because I mean, I got to make my money in the sense, and also they may not want to take my services after I quote them and how much it's going to be and how long it's going to take me to do the job. So I at least got to make somewhat of my money and have them pay the fee for me to come and quote. That's just how these things work. But yes, I mean, the area, I thought I was going to actually put the bungalow over here, but instead I just stuck it over here because it was pretty big and it wasn't really going to line up. Also, I figured this would be a good focal point and to demonstrate that, oh, on the left-hand side, your basic terraforming, like that we did earlier, just your little wheat field, some sugarcane, tall grass from just random bone mealing, Babs, and a couple of fences and some lanterns. And then over here, you actually have a more detailed path with some little stones, elevation elements, the same house, but yet this house looks so much better because of everything around here. With a couple of custom trees, some custom bushes, even a little footpath going over here by this fallen tree with this custom made river / pond with a little waterfall and then a little wheat garden with some flowers and bushes and sugarcane with this beautiful custom spruce tree, or just a custom tree, really. It's kind of a weeping willow by using spruce trunks But and then my own little design that I came up with for like these little custom azalea bushes, which would look really good in front of the town hall that we have here, which actually Craftyville has gotten quite a bit of a facelift and some things have been changing and there's some pretty massive things going on over there. But before we head over in that direction, I need to get some work done over on the mystical enchanted island. And in order to make it actually an enchanted island, we need to make it an island. So I need to build a river. So let's get digging and create some sort of river to actually transform our islands into an actual island. Now, I know we just got done digging the actual river out and back over here in the shopping district because I did post in the Discord of all of the crafters that, hey, the terraforming shop's open. And she's messaged me saying, hey, I paid my quote fee. I'm requesting your services. So now it's time to actually see if she did or not. If we check the book, ooh, I humbly request your services. Jeez. Okay, did you pay? She did pay. Look at that. Our first ever free 5 diamonds. Technically, this is free services because she could turn down my services overall. And so just basically saying, hey, you request my services as 5 diamonds. So, which I mean, actually, you know, we will build in the 5 diamonds to the fee itself, you know, in the actual quote itself. It's just how it's going to go. So I messaged Cheese here and saying that, hey, let's meet up. And when would you want to meet up? And she was like, yeah, come on over to my tree farm. That'd be the place. I need your assistance. So now it's a matter of on the way. And I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the trail over to her place. Because she is east. She's east from my portal. And my portal's somewhere over there. And I hear a ghast. There better not be a ghast up here on the roof. We're not entirely sure what we're going to do for a theme for the actual hub. It's going to be kind of tricky because everybody is kind of at like a good distance away from each other, but I guess in time we'll tell, or maybe it'll just be pretty carpets and maybe some like minecart system. Ooh, we could do like a train station kind of a thing. That's an idea. Oh, we're here. That is an odd shaped portal. I keep forgetting that we do have custom portals on the server. Yoo-hoo!
Hello.
Yeah, you paid me 5 diamonds to get up off my butt, so what's up?
So I think you can see kind of what is happening right now.
I'm getting some flashbacks, Cheese.
Well, do you even realize the flashbacks I'm having?
Oh boy.
All for the tree farm again as well.
Oh yeah. But at least this time you're building it above ground, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I did dig it down a little just so the watermelon, I don't have to terraform too much to make it not float anymore. So I just lowered it into the ground a little bit. But you see, there's now a different problem that I'm facing over here. Oop, there's a hole. I didn't see it because of the schematic. So yeah, looking at that, it's kind of steep.
Yeah.
And ugly.
Yeah.
And you might wait. Do you have an elytra?
No.
Okay, then let's walk.
I'm hoping that now that I have my shop open that I can get some diamonds going and I can get an elytra or maybe can work out a deal with someone like maybe Atmo.
Yeah. You are allowed to use that beacon over there as soon as you get to it, because I'm imagining that you'll have to get some stone out of the way as well. But like the sloping is just, I just never can make it look natural.
Right.
Like, I don't know if you've seen what I did at the strawberry. I made like, it looks like staircase.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't decorated yet, so maybe that will help in the future, but like, I am very bad at slopes.
Cheese went on to explain exactly what she wanted done for her terraforming needs and wants from my specialty services. She explains that this jagged edge that's just a sheer cliff is just way too much for her, and she wants the terrain to be more sloped, like your typical windswept plains biome, and have it connect to where these purple flowers are at the top of the knoll here. So I guess I have a lot of work to do, and hopefully we'll see just exactly how much we're going to charge her. So I've been over here at Cheese's working pretty hard on the terraforming project that she asked me to do. and I got about half of it done. But Atma came over with something quite interesting for both Cheese and I. I figured I'd give you a little bit of context just before I show you that footage. Something's happening with the moral system, essentially, on the Craftiverse server. So some things are happening and Atma's trying to fix them, I guess? You'll have to see what he has to say and where he's going with this.
Hello.
Uh-oh. There's
Yes,
shulker
sir?
boxes, 2 different colors. That sounds like pyramid scheme. I'm in. Oh, wait, no. You say no to
Perfect.
pyramid schemes.
Hold up. So you guys have seen what Suits has been doing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Kinda.
I mean, he made a slum below your house
A
in
slum?
Craftiverse. Just so you know, he made this slum. Yes.
I kinda saw that and heard and
Wait. A slug?
slum.
Slum. As
What's
in, you know,
The slums.
he calls the area the slums. He put potholes in the roads and a sewer that has nasty stuff coming out of it.
So he basically made Babs and Astra live in the slums.
And Dawn because, you know, she's right there too.
Oh,
Oh,
my.
right. I mean, she's kind of higher up, I guess.
Mm,
But isn't Izzy or also down there, I guess?
Yeah.
or was
Izzy's
it
right
Izzy?
next to Izzy's right
Izzy,
next
I
to
think.
Astra.
With the,
Oh,
with the
wait,
trees.
no, I'm sorry. You're right. It's Izzy who's right
With
there.
the
My
pink
bad.
half house. She's waiting for the roof to be ordered.
So there's a bunch of us, and we've gotten together and we don't like it.
Okay.
He's unelected, and we're going to remove him.
But
Mm-hmm.
he's only been
And,
mayor for like a day.
I mean,
It's that bad already, kid. That bad.
There's no hope for Suits Magoots?
No.
Oh.
We had to put a giant, or they had to put a giant toilet around his house because it was so bad.
Oh, I see the
I
relation
have
now.
seen that. I have seen that, indeed.
So I'm running for mayor because they told me I need to.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna hold it, you know, probably some type of election. But I'm unlike them, you know, I'm just gonna be forward with my buying your votes. There you go. I need votes, and I'm willing to buy them.
Oh, well, now.
Wait, isn't this kind of illegal? Like-
no,
like a
it's
little?
not. Well, he illegally made himself the mayor.
I mean,
I mean, technically, we
fire
didn't
with
have
fire.
a mayor, and he kind of, stepped up to the plate.
And then just he started out so nice, making roads and pathways, and then he
Making
decided that we needed
roads.
slums and that we needed to start fining people. Have you checked your mailbox?
yeah,
I have
seen
not.
the mail. I gotta.
I mean, you have my vote, but one follow up question is,
Sure.
what are you going to bring to the table? Because like maybe Suits just needs like to be redirected. Maybe he's just trying to make
He
himself
has
look bad.
henchmen who are going around bullying people.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
So
wait.
He
there's
put chickens
no
in my base. Yeah, no.
Oh.
Oh yeah, he has henchmen.
Oh god,
I didn't even do anything, and he put chickens in my base.
he's just trying to get you to get a fine. For having too
Well,
many
you know,
chickens.
it is
That's
what it
true.
is.
Yeah.
That's
There is a
fine.
cap of 24 chickens per block.
I already told him I was gonna, you know, deal with him. So it's kind of like I've got to at this point, because you know, he needs to go.
So yeah, to recap exactly what Emma is going on about, here is the current mayor's house. Looks a bit flushed. So everybody's been getting together on the factor that Suits Magoots is actually not a good mayor. He's actually been plotting and scheming and doing a bunch of other things behind the scenes. And word has it, he has some henchmen. Who are these people? I don't know. You got to check out the other crafters and see who's the henchman and who's on Suits Magoot's side and who's on Grandpa Atma's side. I mean, we need to get to the bottom of this. Suits can no longer be in office. This is just crazy. I mean, but look at what he started off doing with like some beautiful roads and everything, a little community enchantment set up, and the beautiful portal over that way. And there's also this map of the entire Craftyville. We got Stavalon's Temple, Fivo's Place, Cheese's Cherry, Suits Villa, which is seen better days. The City Center, Atmos Cottage, The Enchanter, Q's Tree of Fungi, Q's Tree of Fungi? It's not fungi. It's pretty. Suits has to go. That's just the end of it. Atma, you have my vote.